Hey, good afternoon, guys. This afternoon we brought in our in-frame kit for the box truck that we're working on. It's a 2004. Well, let me go ahead and open this box and look at all the stuff that came with it. That way we know what we're going to be working with once we start working on that truck. So let me show you guys real quick what comes in the in-frame kit. Well, guys, let's open this box and let's see what it's got. Here, guys, this feels like an oil pan gasket or valve cover gasket, either or. Let's open it real quick. Oil pan gasket. This is not the hard rubber. This is more like a cardboard type of gasket, but that's an oil pan gasket for the DT466. These are going to be the piston wrist pins for that engine. We got these. Now, that's a heavy one. That's going to be the liners. What do we have here? All right. These are rod bearings, main bearings, seals for our liners. What else is in here? These are the span rings, C-clips, whatever you want to call these. This is for the oil pickup tube. And a whole bunch of rod bearings and main bearings in here. So we'll go ahead and leave those there for now. We got this heavy box, dude. I bet you these are the pistons. Well, they have to be pistons and liners. Yep. Oh shoot, there's no pistons. It's just liners. These are the liners. It's gonna suck if it's got no pistons, guys. But we'll find out in a bit. No, they're over here. And yep, we got our new pistons, both recesses for the valves. So we got that, and we got one last thing down here. It's gonna be our head gasket, and this particular in-frame does not come with a head bolts. I am going to call and try and see if they have a new set of bolts in stock. I would much rather replace them. I guess we'll find out tomorrow if I do get them or not, but I would really like to put new bolts on this engine here. Oh shoot, it comes with a valve cover gasket. All the O-rings for our injectors, and of course instructions. We have to read these. And this is going to be our head gasket. I don't really like the material they make the head gaskets for these engines. I kind of like the ones for the newer 466, but exhaust, intake, and head gasket. This type of head gasket is a type of material you find on older Chevrolet small blocks and Ford, stuff like that. But what went bad on the one we had on the engine is, remember, these little metal rings that seal, they were all burnt. That's where the compression would actually escape, go into our water jackets, and this is what was causing the pressure on our cooling system. So yeah. Now we got all our parts, dude. The only thing we're missing is, of course, head bolts. I am going to try and get those tomorrow. So for today, I guess we'll try and get those liners in place and get those pistons installed, and hopefully set the head on top of those pistons, just kind of set it on top, and find out if we're going to get those new bolts tomorrow or not. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. Well guys, this is piston number 1 and piston number 2. I'm going to go ahead and start by removing, oh, there you go. That thing just flew out. We're not going to reuse these clips. We got new ones. Let me get this out of the way. Pin, piston, none of this is going to get used. Get our new piston. Rod cap goes towards cam. Recesses go towards cam. So that's how it goes. Get ourselves a little pin. Install it. Get a seat clip. Install it. There's a little groove inside the piston where the clip actually goes into. I know it's a little dark, guys, but there you go. That one's in. Flip the piston over. Grab another C clip and install it. We're not going to get the rings on the pistons just yet. I'll do that once we're getting closer to installing them. I'm just going to go ahead and set them in this box. Keep them from getting all banged up. This one's trash. And again, C-clip. You don't have to remove both of them if you don't want to. You can always just push the pin out. Connecting rod cap is this way. So, piston recesses for the valves towards the cap. Get another wrist pin. There's that one. Another clip. Insert it. Make sure it goes into the groove. There. Turn this thing around. Grab another pin. There we go. That's piston number 2, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and continue doing the same to the rest. I don't have to show you that. The rings, we're not going to put them on yet. I'll come back to you guys once we're getting ready to put these seals on our liners. Well guys, since I'm not going to install the liners just yet, I'm going to keep them in these bags. So I'm just going to kind of roll the bag down. We still have to lubricate these rings before we install them with oil. But kind of just slip it onto the, and just push it down until it goes into that little groove. Cover the liner up again. That way dirt and debris doesn't fall on it. And we'll do the same for this one. Grab ourselves an O-ring. Push it down. And there you go. I'm going to go ahead and do the same for the other 4. And then we'll go, I guess, start working on the block. Get those liners in place, and we'll see what else comes up. Well guys, I'm going to go ahead and set the rings on the pistons. Your top groove is always going to be the nice shiny chrome one. And I don't know if you can see, but it's got a little dot right there. That's telling you that that faces up. The second ring is always going to be black. Well, most of the time it's going to be black. And there's a little dot that faces up. And then of course we got the oil ring, which is a 2-piece. We got that little coil, the little spring little ring. And then of course we got the ring that actually overlaps it and keeps it in place. So let me go ahead and just grab this piston, number one. I didn't bring my ring compressor, guys, so I'm gonna have to do it by hand. I mean, I've done this in the past. Set the ring up, collapse a little snake little spring, and then get your little compressor ring, open it, push it inward, set it on top of that little spring, chase it around, make sure it goes over, and there you go, guys. That's the oil ring. The ring compressor will take care of collapsing this sucker so we can get it back into a block. Ring, the little dot, goes outward. They do have a tool for this, but I don't have it, so I use my two thumbs. Just be careful not to break the ring. Oh, that one kind of got cut up. There's that, and there's that. And then of course our last ring, dot facing outward. Here, set it in, and then just, sorry about that, guys. Set it in, and then just follow it around. And there's a third one. So there's a piston with all three rings, well, all four rings installed. We're gonna go ahead and do the rest, and I'm gonna do those in time lapse, and we'll just go ahead and take them over to the engine and start installing them. I don't know. Well, guys, didn't record installation of the pistons 3, 4, 5, and 6. I mean, they're very hard to record. I did leave the two front ones, and those I can actually show you. I'll show you how I get this little compression little sleeve on it. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and push this second piston down into its liner. And as you see, guys, I'm not hitting the piston with a sledgehammer. I'm using the rubber handle and just taking it down all the way till it sits on the crankshaft. There you go. And this time we do have help. A co-worker of mine is under the bus. He's helping me get the connecting rods bolted up and just kind of sending them in. He's not torquing them down or nothing. He's just kind of giving it like 20, 25 pounds of pressure, something like that. We'll go ahead and torque them later. So, well, we got the second one in. I'm just going to go ahead and let him put the cap back on there. Get that sucker tightened so we can turn that crank and get this first cylinder in place. Let me go ahead and hand him the cap. And let me go ahead and get the other piston and start getting it ready. On these guys, I set the rings at 4, 8, and 12 o'clock, the little gaps. And let me go ahead and, we're using this assembly loop from Lucas. That's what I'm adding to the rod bearings so that they don't go run dry at the first startup. I just kind of, coat them, a light little coat. So to actually get that piston in there, I got to remove that cap. Bear with me, guys. connecting rod. The cap faces the camshaft. Set it up there for now. That's just to help the piston slide once we put this little compression, little strap on there, ring compressor on there. Set it up on there. Tighten the sucker up, squeeze those rings together. And we should be ready to install this one as soon as Chewy gets that connecting cap bolted on there. So give him a little time there and we'll be right back, guys. Well, now guys, he already kind of got that second connecting rod kind of bolted down. He's kind of cleaning up the journal, the crank journal, so I can go ahead and start pushing this piston into its corresponding little, oh, hold on, there you go, sleeve. So let me just tap the ring compressor, straighten out the piston, and start tapping it in. Just kind of hold the ring compressor down so it doesn't pop out of place. There, I can hear the solid hits. That means the ring compressor is a little too loose. Tighten it up just a bit. Close the rings up a little bit more, and something didn't go right here, guys. I know what happened. The ring popped out. So instead of me trying to bang the hell out of it, I have to loosen it, reposition the ring compressor, and then continue with the ¿Qué pasó?
Se te alimenta. Y ya que va a estar bien camino para el teléfono. Me borro hoy. Bueno, ahorita a ver si lo puedo acomodar.
¿Listo? So that was twice that I kind of had to readjust that ring compressor. It happens sometimes. I mean, it's not supposed to. If you set it up right, it should stay in place. But on this one, I guess it kind of got the best of me, dude, and slipped off the ring. So just a minor readjustment twice, and we were able to get that piston in there. So all we're gonna do is now I'm gonna let Chewy tighten the rod cap on there, and that's gonna be it for the pistons. I'll show you in a bit. Well, guys, there are our pistons inside their sleeves. Sleeves are on the block. All I'm gonna do is kind of oil up the surface on the block mating surface for the head gasket. I'm going to clean it up. It's already clean. I'm just going to kind of oil it up, wipe it down, and I'm going to go ahead and put that gasket on there. And I'm thinking of just setting the head on top of the block. I do want to get those new bolts, so I'm just going to set the head on top of that block, let it sit there overnight. Tomorrow, hopefully they have the bolts in stock. I'll go ahead and purchase them, bring them over, and torque down that head, and we'll get to torquing those connecting rods. I'm going to go ahead and, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here, guys. It's already late. I do have to go into work tomorrow morning. So, well, hope you guys liked the video. Like and comment it.